Zulu, legendary tattoo artist to the stars, has created tattoo designs for such luminaries as Janet Jackson, Bruce Willis, Christina Aguilera, Queen Latifah, and Rosie O'Donnell, just to name a few.
Sir, Montel, good to see you today. Whoa, yeah, baby.
Please welcome the one and only Zulu to the show.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, buddy? You doing good?
All right.
Absolutely. Sit down for a second, man. You got to tell them, how did you get into this? How did you get started in this?
Well, after I graduated art school and I got into graphic design, commercial illustration, and that was cool and all, but I wanted to do something a little more meaningful with my art. And a lot of my friends were like in bands and they had tattoos, and they were like, man, why don't you get into tattooing? Do something with your art that really, you know, means something super personal. And then I started tattooing a friend here, a friend there, and then before you knew it, my house was full of people and I had to open up a shop.
And you just start, everybody and their mother comes and knocks on Zulu. It takes 4 months to get to this guy. You can't even barely get in to see you.
I stay busy, that's for sure.
And what are the trends that you're starting to see, though? Because this is becoming more popular, body art. You look everywhere you look, everybody's got one. Especially almost every woman in the world's got something right back there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening, right?
Definitely. People want to express who they are, you know. They're tired of being, you know, stuck in a little hole. You know, a lot of us go to this 9-to-5 thing, but they want that Superman thing. They want to bust out and see that big S.
And see, you know what?
You know?
That's what Zulu's been helping me do, folks.
Yes, we have.
He's been helping me bust out because for the last year, I've let him go to work on me. And I thought it was time to show a little bit of it off. So getting ready for the summer, this is how I get to stroll now. But I mean, and what I've done, and this has been the reason why I came to Zulu, because it's more of a journey than it is just getting a little paint done on your body. I've kind of done this right arm, and for a lot of people in the military who get to see it, it really is my entire military life and most of my life. There's a lot of images on here from things that I did in the military, and then this side is really about me snowboarding. Yeah. And so we're building it, and you know, this is 25 hours worth of work.
Yeah, you definitely put your time in on that.
Put the time in,
yeah.
And you know, you are a shaman, correct?
I'm pretty much an urban shaman. People come to me for spiritual tattoos. Not a lot of Mickey Mouses. People come for like serious stuff that you got that represents their life.
Well, you know what? You might not be into it, but you know, I thought I'd show it off a little bit.
Hey,
we'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
On my right hand, there is the Hebrew letter Chai, which means life. And that's there specifically because that's the hand I tattoo you with. So I always put life into your body and into your spirit and never drain it. But because I'm touching you, you might have some bad energy. So on my left hand, which I always touch you with also when I'm tattooing you, has the Egyptian Eye of Ra, which is protection. So I can give with this hand, and I can protect myself with
graphic
this
designer
hand.
Before this, but it was definitely a passion that was a calling more than me seeking it. It sought me. My philosophy that I've always lived by when it comes to tattooing is that I pull art out of you and I don't put art on you. The tattoo is already there. My job is just to make it visible, to find out what's in you that needs to be brought to the surface. So if I do that, then I've done my job well. I've done full body pieces, but my favorite is just a little tattoo about the size of a quarter. I did a tattoo on somebody that thought they were fat. Once I gave them the tattoo, they thought they were beautiful. So it just changed somebody's life. I saw it happen instantly. And this person, after that, they went out, lost weight, got healthy, started eating organically, just because they finally saw themselves as a beautiful person. And this little tattoo did it. So that's my favorite one. Little tattoo only took maybe 20 minutes at the most.
All right, that's what you're doing. Zulu, what did you think of the video?
It reminds to me of the Inquisition.
Yeah, me
That's
as
pretty
well.
much what I got. First of all, you see him like someone almost attacked someone for going in there. That's crossing the boundary. That's invading someone's...
I had a cattle brand, because that's all you are, is you're branding people like cattle, and he took it from me, and he was the one that started the melee, and that's how tattoos start.
If you come at somebody with a cattle brand, you kind of have to expect they're going to come back at you.
I was making a metaphorical point.
Your point.
Where is your store located, by the way?
I have gone through my own personal rituals of tattoo that keep me a positive, well-grounded person in society, as opposed to someone like this who is pent up with so much that he's not allowed to do. He will eventually snap and do something crazy. Like
let me show you art. Let me show you what I do. This is art. This is what I do. Art happens on a canvas. What's so funny?
That's nothing.
And you usually do good art like this. They're clapping for the art because they know it's real art.
If you
it represents something. I can see it's a cat and a butterfly. It doesn't have to be on a woman's butt to be a butterfly.
I think it's beautiful, and you should probably get it tattooed on you. Like,
no, I don't have to, because then it won't become art, because it become crazy man.
He's practically, you need lithium. You're practically schizophrenic. You come
I need drugs. You're the one hanging out with druggies.
He's out of his mind.
You're going to hell. That's all I got to say.
Wait, just because you disagree with him, what gives you the right to condemn him all of a sudden?
There's no tolerance.
The manager saw us yelling from across the room, and then he must have seen my tattoo and noticed it at that point, because he fired me. And that proves that God hates tattoos.
Well, that doesn't prove it. Is that the proof? Is that the moral of that story?
No, the moral of the story is God hates idiots.
Absolutely.
One of the hottest tattoo artists in L.A., if not the country. But when you roll up your sleeve for this artist, you come away with an experience that runs much more than skin deep. Jeff Michaels here with the story. Jeff.
John, there are an elite few tattoo artists who have a longer waiting list than the highest priced lawyers or the most skilled plastic surgeons. Zulu is one of them. But this artist has long had one thing working against him since he began in Los Angeles. He broke into an industry where only the ink was supposed to be black. Zulu taught himself the art of tattoo. He had to.
I sought an apprenticeship, but due to the racism involved in this particular industry, I was declined everywhere I went. Practically laughed at and thrown out of shops.
So, in 1993, he opened his own salon in Tarzana. But instead of clients, he received
threats from different supremacist groups saying, shut down, a lot of N-word flying, a lot of threats. Shut down, or we're going to come and break your legs. We're going to burn your shop down.
We're not talking about the civil rights era. This was just 11 years ago.
A lot of outlaw biker fashions who are just totally against anyone of color, against women, against gays. Anyone who is not the white male biker is going to have a problem in this industry.
Zulu moved his shop from Tarzana to the Fairfax district, but he didn't back down. And eventually, the industry couldn't fight his talent or his success. There were awards, the first African-American artist on the cover of International Tattoo, and a clientele the likes of Janet Jackson, Bruce Willis, Carrie-Anne Moss, David Duchovny, and Mad TV's Deborah Wilson.
I'd say a good 95% of my body is covered with his work. Other artists will put something on you, that's a part of your skin. Whatever Zulu puts on you is a part of your journey for the rest of your life.
Zulu's fans say he's part therapist, part shaman, and probably the only tattoo artist who turns away as many customers as he accepts.
I won't do anything that's racist in any form, derogatory to women, anything negative. I want to sit with my clients, get to know them, establish a real relation, not just a fake, how you doing, sit down, let's do this. No, a relationship that takes at least a month and a half to 2 months before we even tattoo you.
Clients who accept Zulu's conditions often emerge with a tattoo as revealing as it is decorative.
My job is never, ever, ever to put a tattoo on you. It's to bring the tattoo out of you.
Zulu says his next challenge is to educate everyone who stares. Tattoos on the outside don't mean crazy on the inside.
I noticed you noticed my tattoo. I can answer any questions that you want. And once I open my mouth, usually they're like, wow, he's not gonna cut my head off and shrink it. He's actually gonna answer my questions.